Alright, yeah, I just tried to do it live, but then YouTube demonetized it, so I'm just gonna do a video. I have no idea why. All I did was come on and talk, and then they demonetize it now. It just makes no sense to me. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about these drunk turkey clowns for a second. So, you know, as you all know, I just did a video on them a couple hours ago, and then a couple hours after that, Christy Gonzalez goes on, or Dan puts a video up of Christy saying that, the video was real. You know. Well, Christy, Dan, why didn't you play the actual video then, right? Obviously nobody believes you anymore, and your credibility's gone. If you have to actually have somebody come on air and say that what you're saying is real, you've sunk pretty low, dude. But I don't know. Anyway, and then, well, let's get into it. Here, let's play. I'll just react. Here we go.
When she's coming out with her statement. Well, first and foremost, let's start off with the vetting. I'm not.
YouTube censors Ice-T, so don't even try to demonetize me for that.
Law enforcement in Idaho or Washington, so I'm privileged to about the same amount of information as everybody else is. So without seeing the evidence that the police have, how much vetting could you possibly do? What would you do? I'll ask you, Steve, what would you do to vet this person out to see, what would you start off with?
Basically, if I'm correct with what you did, basically tried to track down and make sure that what she was saying was halfway true with her kids, right? Actually going to the school.
Correct. Verify who they are, and that...
Okay, first of all, who are these other two clowns on here? Who's Coors Light hat with the glasses, and who's Redbeard? I've never seen them before. Have you guys seen them before? If you know who they are, please comment and let me know. But of course they're all gonna agree with Daniel and pat his little behind. Oh, I would do what exactly what you did, Dan. Come on, man. What a clown.
She does have children, and that those children do attend WSU, and that they are associated with the people who she...
And I don't even know why Big Blue, nothing against you, bud, but you just don't say anything, you know?
claims told her daughter certain information. And what I was able to do was, she gave me all these names. She gave me her name, gave me a bunch of information.
And yeah, now he's talking about Kim now, the crazy lady. That's who he's talking about, just so everybody knows.
I'm not going to dox her. I'm not going to
no way, yeah.
She is or any of those things.
Yeah, why would you dox her? Come on.
And that's the other thing I don't understand. Everybody keeps talking about, she just wants her 15 minutes of fame, yet nobody knows who she is. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But
nobody wants to know who she is because she's crazy and everything she says doesn't line up anyway. No one wants to do an interview with her except for you, Dan.
Except for the...
I mean, every time you have her on twice, and you've had to do damage control twice.
That you were able to go confirm?
Well, she gave me a name of a person who was associated because of his athletics program that he's associated with on the football team. Olivia had put that out there. He's an athlete on the football team, and her daughter is somebody who has spent 3.5 years in the area on Greek Row.
Big whoop, who cares about that, right? Come on. They don't.
And so she has associates within that group, and
yeah. So one of her daughter's cousins, friends knows this one guy that met Xana at the Mad Greek like 3 years ago, and then that's how they know everything about this case, right? It's ridiculous.
What folks don't understand is her daughter has been there for the last 3.5 years, so she's heard probably a lot more stories that have happened prior to November 13, 2022. For instance, she's aware of, the unaliving that had occurred with the guy in the shallow creek. She's aware of
Okay? Nothing to do with this case. Who cares?
Hannah Creel, with I think that was her name, that the young lady who OD'd. I believe there was a guy that fell off of a roof.
Of course they're going to know about it. They live in the area, Dan. Everybody that lives in that area knows about it.
There was the SWAT team. There was the Idaho 4 massacre.
The whole nation knows about those two, Dan.
And then now recently, there's this guy who also is a student that passes away in his dorm.
You just talked about him.
She's been aware of all these things that have happened for the last 3 or 4 years now. Do you think that that would frighten you as a parent?
100%.
Sure, of course.
Okay. Well, first of all, as a parent, you need to know that these things happen in every city in America, okay? It's not just around the Moscow, Pullman, Washington area, right? I'm 20 minutes from Baltimore. If should my parents be, or any parents be scared every day because we're right next to Baltimore, which is way more dangerous than either of these two. I mean, come on.
So now,
and I feel like that's where she comes from. In every interview I've heard, is her coming from a parent's point of view and just trying to let people know how she feels. I don't know why people are so pissed off that she has an opinion.
And now,
it just seems to me like Daniel brought well, at least one more guy. The Redbeard hasn't talked yet, but it just seems like he needs backup. Like, the more people he has on his show, the more comfortable he'll feel. Why can't he just go on himself like I am and speak for himself? Why does he need all these drunk clowns to try and back him up, right? Just because you have more people on your show, Dan, and butt kissers, right, doesn't mean anybody's gonna believe you anymore, because we don't.
it goes a little bit
And people are starting to notice too.
further than that. Like, she's really invested in this.
Oh, we got a new member just about an hour ago. Karen, shout out Karen. I appreciate it. Don't forget, cash giveaways are starting at 30 members. So, and every month you join, you get another piece of paper in the hat for the drawing. So, I wouldn't wait, or you're just losing out on money, in my opinion.
This location, because she has children that attend that school, and so she has all this happen now. Everybody can remember Bryan Kohberger was on the loose for almost 2 months. So if you were,
they had no idea that Bryan Kohberger was even involved for over a month until they got the DNA match back.
a parent there, wouldn't you look up as much information as you possibly can?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, wouldn't you start putting your own dots and connecting your own story?
Look at this guy. He's gonna agree with everything Daniel asked him. He's not gonna say, "Oh no, Dan." He's a butt kisser, right? That's all he is, And that's the whole reason why Dan has this guy on here. And I still don't even know who the crap this guy is. I don't know this guy.
Absolutely.
By doing so?
And two of the four haven't even said a word.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what she has done. Now, me, as a person who has interviewed people before, I understand.
Oh, me as a person that has interviewed people before. Like who, Dan? Who have you interviewed? Kim? Come on.
Where she's coming from. And I understand that more than one thing can be right. She can have her speculation and her understanding of what things have happened, and she could have been told something. My job as the person that was interviewing her was to differentiate those two things.
Was to what? Differate? Is that a word? Somebody let me know if differate is a word. I've never heard that.
All right, you were told these things. Let's put all the speculation to the side. Now, I had heard a bunch of the stuff that she had said, and she told me where she got it from. I paid no attention to it. Now, we spoke to her for about 40 minutes on the show the first time.
And yeah, I just saw another, I guess, true crime reactor at Jules of the Trade. Even she knows is saying drunk turkey doesn't know what they're talking about, or at least they keep getting their facts all mixed up. I mean, I just saw one of her videos.
And then I spoke with her.
Good long talk.
Yeah, I spoke with her for about 2 hours after that show, and then to gather her information. Now,
here goes Daniel with the me. I've been on this show. I've been on that show. We don't care, Dan.
after that, I didn't put out the call. I didn't segment it until after I verified the information that I could verify, right?
See, this is just damage control. Because he got so much backlash for Kim coming on. He has to do a whole live just explaining everything about what Kim said. If you have to do that, that's a horrible interview, right? You shouldn't have to do this, right?
And so, in fact, the next day, me and the boys, we did a UFO case.
I remember
we
that.
had a lot of people in the comment section saying, "Oh, you're sitting on this information and you're not telling us about it." Yeah.
You and the boys, it's really just you, Dan. I mean, like I said, 2 of the people haven't even said a word yet. It's mostly just you. It should just be called Drunk Dan, instead of Drunk Turkey, right?
Yada yada yada, right? And I was like, well, I don't know if it's true yet. I'm not going to go out there and tell somebody something that I don't know is true or not true or plausible. Or...
Oh yeah, you do it all the time, actually, Dan. And if you don't believe me, just go watch my reactions I've done. You've told people wrong things multiple times. I can't even give an exact number anymore.
Or unlikely.
Right.
And so I had to make sure this wasn't somebody just, giving me bull crap. And so I got that information. She told me who she was, and I was able to verify that. So I clipped out that part.
He was able to verify she was a real person, guys. Whoa! Good job, Dan.
Of the original video of the call, and I posted that out there. Next day, me, Blue, and Jaime actually got her on a live stream, recorded that. Now, it wasn't broadcasted. We still have it recorded. Well, we kind of went over everything again, make sure that we understood exactly what we were going to be saying, and we gathered the information.
They got their story straight. They tried to. It didn't work out so well, did it?
Now, when I went on that video shortly after that, I told everybody, there's a lot there that is speculation. This is a mother that is coming out of fear. And
if it's speculation, Dan, then why are you trying to sell it as truth to everybody? Why are you putting Kim on the air if you know already before you're even putting her on the air that it's probably not true? Right? That's just it's wrong in my opinion. And as a content creator, that's just the biggest no-no that you could possibly do. Right? Why would you even put it on the air if it's probably not true, or you have no idea if it's true or not?
she's connecting her own dots. My job was to separate those dots that she's connecting and just put out there what it is that she was actually told. And that's what I did.
What? Dan, she told you the story. You're not supposed to just take her story and then try and fit her story with what actually happened, right? Come on, man.
Now, unfortunately, Kim, she can talk, and when she starts rambling and going, she goes down some rabbit holes
just like anybody
that
Dude,
are out there.
No, not just like anybody. Course cap. I mean, I don't know your name.
Like for this whole month, that's what I've been doing. Like,
see, all he's doing is just trying to agree with Dan, right? And trying to, I guess, make the situation better for Dan and Drunk Turkey. That's what it seems like. I mean, he hasn't even disagreed in the slightest. It's all just butt kissing. And I think that's who Dan surrounds himself with, just all butt kissers. I mean, Big Blue hasn't said anything, and this other guy, Redbeard, with the whatever, hasn't said a word. Still, we're almost 10 minutes into this live.
Right.
It's easy done.
The crazy thing is, and for everybody who's upset about a bunch of things and try to claim that it's fraud or that, I do have receipts. I have Kim sent me her phone records, which indicates also where she called the Moscow Police Department and
Then put them out here, Dan. What do you do? Why are you telling us this? If you have all these receipts, put them on the air. What are you talking about?
The FBI.
Nobody's gonna believe you until you give us proof. I mean, dude.
It also says her name on her Verizon bill. Now,
it says her name on her Verizon bill, guys.
I'm going to be blacking out a lot of different numbers because a lot of the numbers that are on her actual Verizon bill are numbers that aren't associated.
Okay, good. Maybe he's going to put it out.
With this case, they're friends and family members.
Right.
And so a lot of those numbers got to be blacked out, but she did send me her Verizon bill. It says her name. Her name is Kim.
Who cares about her Verizon bill? Unless it's good. We would rather have her location of where her phone is, or I mean, what are you trying to get at with the Verizon bill?
Like I said, I'm not reading a movie script or talking a bunch of things. There's a lot of names that were involved in the situation. So when I said the name Pam, it was by mistake. I know a lot of people said, "Oh, he called her Pam." There was a different Pam from somewhere else.
No, there wasn't. You just messed up, Dan. Why can't you just admit you messed up, right? You called her Pam. Just admit you messed up and move on. Keep it moving. Don't just try. I mean, no one's perfect, right?
Right. And as many people as you talk to, I mean, shit, you guys take the calls and everything else?
Oh, yeah, man. As many people as you talk to. Of course, Bob, the butt kisser has to chime in and agree, right?
Yeah.
That's his name, butt kisser, until I know his real name.
Yeah, and so it wasn't like I said, it wasn't scripted or any of those things. We try to do things in a one take, one move kind of thing. We don't edit our videos.
Baltimore Orioles.
Anybody that's seen the anybody that's seen any of the interviews with Kim, but the one, that I'm really talking about was the first one when she called it, I think you called her back, actually.
The first one, the major disaster.
Yeah, right, yeah, she was calling me quite a bit.
And she was, I don't see how you could hear that and think that it's bullshit, honestly. Like, whether you agree with what she's saying, that's fine. That's, have your opinion.
All right, we're coming up on 20 minutes, but I'm gonna do a part 2 tomorrow morning on this. But don't worry, it gets better. But I don't like making these videos too long. But until tomorrow morning, True Crime King.